Hello guys, and welcome to a new video. As you guys can see, I got myself a new haircut, so, well, I hope you like it, and, well, anyway. If you watched my last video, I made a reaction on Anton Tushkin, 6 Days of War Through My Eyes, I think the video was called. Genuinely, I think I didn't really make it to an interesting reaction video, because basically it was just the entire video of me just blinking like this, and I don't think it's so interesting to see for you guys. Now I will try to correct that mistake and not do that again, and so this time let's react to 2 videos at the same time instead of just one. So let me know how it goes. I don't think it was a good idea for Putin Bankrupt to go to Ukraine at that moment where a potential invasion could have happened. And if you saw my last video, guys, Putin Bankrupt, he went straight to the Russia-Ukraine border. It's crazy what he's doing, but he went straight to the border with Russia-Ukraine to stand there. He just stood there casually, just commenting on it, and well, it is completely crazy what this man is doing, but yeah. Now guys, we will watch him escape on a refugee train with other Ukrainians or other refugees. We can hear the sirens sounding already, and Kyiv, Ukraine, 25th February. Oh my god, what was it doing in Ukraine at that time?
Well, it's the 25th of February, about 3:30 in the afternoon, and apparently the Russian tanks are going to enter the centre at any moment.
Center of what?
Head down to the railway station.
What city is it?
Try and get ourselves out of the city, somewhere safer. It's just so surreal to think that in another part of this city, people are being shot, run over with tanks, there's fighting. And yet here in the very centre, you'd have no idea. It's obviously much, much quieter than it usually is on a Friday, I think it is. But you'd never know that something was going on just what? A few metro stops from here.
Okay, so he is somewhere in the center of Kyiv, which is a lot safer than the outskirts of Kyiv, where there was a lot of fighting going on. But people run over by tanks, that's horrible to hear. I really hope that didn't happen. Holy crap. So anyway, he's in Kyiv. Театрально. Something about theater. Театрально. So guys, I think I got a grasp of where he is. He is right here in the center, as you can see, near Maidan actually. If you guys allow me to show you on a different map, he is Kyiv, and the Russians came in from the north and the northeast. If you look right here, all of this territory has been liberated. It means it has been free of Russian troops for some time.
Работает сегодня метро, да? Хорошо. Бесплатный, да?
I have no evidence if the metro actually was free, but it's because I just want to find out if the metro actually was made free for everyone at the time of war.
So the transport is free, just to, I suppose, help people move across to the city or to leave the city if they need to.
How long down is it?
I took Johnny's rational advice to try and get out of the city today, before it's too late, because if you don't leave today, once the tanks get here, who knows what happens to transport links. The airport's already bombed. Who knows what happens to railway routes, bus routes, roads. So yeah, I think it's a case of either we leave today or we wouldn't be leaving for a long, long time. So anyway, let's get to the railway station and see if we can get on the train. I'm sure there's many people there trying to get out of the city, so hopefully, yeah, there's places for everybody.
Yeah. This may be the last train out of Kyiv.
Yeah, quite possibly.
To add something to this video, let's watch inside Kyiv during Putin's invasion. That would actually answer our question about what happened inside Kyiv while Putin Bankrupt was there, but at the other side. So here comes a Russian tank, supposedly Russian. I think so. and we can
Right
hear
now,
some
there is
explosions
sound of
and
bombardment coming from all around us,
far away.
and all of the civilians from this area are fleeing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's go.
Sasha, let's go.
We're in an area of northwest of Kyiv where there's been intense fighting over the past few days between the Russians and the Ukrainian militaries. There is intense bombardment. Oh my God, coming from all around us right now. Jesus Christ.
Ее цель – защита людей, которые на протяжении 8 лет подвергаются издевательствам, геноциду со стороны киевского режима. И
He's
для этого
lying,
мы будем
guys.
стремиться к
Don't trust
демилитаризации
him.
и
Don't trust this guy.
денацификации.
He's lying. Absolutely.
After months of amassing more than 100,000 troops on the Ukrainian border, Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered an invasion of the country from multiple directions.
Is this footage of Kiev while the war was on or before? Citizens climbed down to... It's a horrifying sight to watch.
For weeks now, Western intelligence agencies have been warning that Russia might launch a full-scale war on Ukraine. But few here believed it could happen. However, this morning, after around 5 o'clock, Russia began airstrikes across the country, and there are air raid sirens going off right now here in the heart of Kyiv.
Especially the first day, it must have been very, very hard to accept that war is on.
Thousands are
I
racing
believe
to
that.
out of Kyiv, lining
I
up
think
to
so.
board trains and buses that will take them out of the city. Did you ever expect that you would have to flee Kyiv with your family?
Было очевидно, что агрессия будет, потому что все к тому шло уже много лет, и только наивный дурак не понимал, к чему это все приведет. В принципе, мы вещи собрали уже 15 числа. И тут только
Okay,
ждали,
some
пока
Ukrainians knew and
What do
some
you think
did
will happen
not.
next?
Що ми можемо? Ми можемо стояти, ми можемо тримати це разом. В нас є армія, в нас діє влада, в нас є президент, парламент. Ми будемо жити.
As night falls, Russia continues its advance, and people are taking shelter underground, in basements, parking garages, and subway stations.
There are just people down here with their suitcases and their luggage, obviously got the same idea as me and Johnny, which is to somehow get out of here, or some people will be sheltering from the inevitable bombings. I suppose that's going to come at some point.
Has the bombing started or not yet? I suppose.
Обережно, двері зачиняються.
The doors are closing.
We've even got a little cat with them in a box.
Наступна станція вокзальна. Будь ласка, завчасно готуйтеся до виходу.
Next station, Vokzalka.
Okay, wow. It seems like
Станція вокзальна. Вихід до залізничного вокзалу і транспорту до аеропортів Бориспіль та
a lot of people are stacking up in the subway.
How sad to see little children with their parents just hanging around. Terrible. What do you reckon, Johnny? Just go into the ticket office and see. Try and find some information. Wow, just the queues, check it out. Am I on?
So as far as I know, I'm teaching you as far as I know. You have escape routes from Ukraine, from Kiev to Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Romania, Moldova. If you are living in the occupied territories of Ukraine by Russia, you can't get out of there because they wouldn't let you out anywhere else than Russia itself. For example, if you're living in Luhansk, Donetsk, or more recently Mariupol, Severodonetsk, Lysychansk, you can't get out of there because you have no way out of the city. Only go to Russia and get a Russian passport, and basically they're trying to integrate Ukrainians into their system to then afterwards recruit them as soldiers to fight against Ukraine.
"27-year-old Kristina Mazurchik works in a jewelry store. She tried to take shelter in a subway station close to her house, but it was completely full. So she's come here to the Krishatik station with her mom and sister.
Сьогодні зранку я повинна була їхати на роботу, але телефонує мені мама, говорить, мені дуже страшно, прийди до мене. Ми не знали, що залишатися вдома чи що робити, і вирішили піти в метро, щоб якось себе, може, сховати, не знаю.
Yeah, you can tell people were afraid back
Нічого
then.
такого подібного взагалі.
Not to say that they are afraid right now,
Happen in the
but
coming days.
Сподіваємося, що повернемося додому.
now they know their hiding places, I think.
Are you scared by what you might find when you go above ground tomorrow?
Просто хочеться, щоб було тихо, спокійно і без обстрілів там. Навіть якщо там будуть там якісь руїни, то це все можна переробити, це все таке набути буде з часом. Нічого такого, але щоб просто всі відступили і все було добре.
But Russian forces continue to push deeper into the country and into Kyiv. This apartment block was struck by a rocket from fighting a few kilometers away. 6 people were injured.
Imagine what's going on in Ukraine right now. The air raid sirens in Ukraine are going off so often right now that people in Ukraine don't take cover and go underground every time anymore because they're getting used to it, and it sort of became such an everyday for them.
Значить, і після грохоту ми всі евакуювали в бункер.
Alexei Orlov was on duty at the hospital across the road. What would have happened had that shell or missile hit the hospital?
Як бачите, цей дім рятував лікарню. Тому що по траєкторії він би влучив в те крило, де знаходиться хірургічне відділення, і він би вбив висококласних спеціалістів, які хочуть працювати, які ніколи не тримали зброї в руках. Наша зброя – це скальпель і розум.
Our weapons are a scalpel and our minds. That's a pretty nice answer, I think.
Wow. Look at it, it's like something from a war movie, 1939 or something. People trying to escape the city before the inevitable invasion. Wow.
Oh my god, yes.
Hundreds
I haven't
and
thought
hundreds of
about
people
that.
trying to get out of it. People with children,
but
people
that's
with
an
cats
awful
and
sight.
dogs, babushkas. How terribly sad. Міг дві. Один мій. Один, that point. Один лишній. He has a ticket. No, we've asked. This guy has a ticket for sale, but only one. We've met a chap on the platform who's got one ticket and said he's going to speak to the provodnitsa, the lady who looks after each compartment, to see if we can go with him. Yeah, let's see what happens. Maybe we can just be in the corridor, or we can sit in the toilet or something, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. But people seem in good spirits. There's no panic here. You know, Ukrainian people are very stoic. And yeah, there's no panic here. People scrambling to get in front of each other for the train. People are relaxed, but obviously nervous as well.
Why didn't you leave earlier? Because Johnson was just shouting, everyone should leave.
Вот, есть что-то. Но мы не ожидали это. Мы думали, что ничего не будет сегодня. Понимаете меня?
It's changing between the languages so fast I can't even.
So the air attack sirens are going off.
Yes, you can hear the air raid sirens.
Just in case something comes down or something.
Have you ever heard this song, guys? Actually, let me tell you about the song. The song is called Oi Luzi Червона Kalina, and it means, translated from Ukrainian, oh there's a red viburnum in the meadow, or something like that. I don't know exactly. It is a patriotic Ukrainian song which was made by the Sikh riflemen. If you don't know a lot about Ukrainian history, it is one of the first military units in Ukraine. I learned that as well today. Keep learning, guys. It's good for you. So anyway, during the war, when the war started, the song got popularized by Andrei Khlevnyuk, who was serving at the military at that time, but he was also a singer, so we made a short clip of him standing at his guard post and singing the song. They made it into a soundtrack.
No one has tickets, everyone's just jumping in. Все хорошо?
What just happened? They couldn't close the door or something. And,
The Providnica is a real hero because she let so many people on with kids and women who didn't have tickets and was like, come on, get on. So yeah, she deserves like some kind of medal or something in the future for what she did just then. Amazing.
Yeah, kinda.
Here in the UK.
I agree with that.
Well done, man. Bye-bye, Kyiv. And good luck.
Okay, so they're leaving Kyiv.
On the day of the invasion, these two friends, one a software engineer and the other a biochemist, decided to join the territorial
That
strength
is
of the
a
Ukrainian defenses surprised
big
the Russians,
explosion.
who have made only small territorial gains, while losing hundreds of tanks and military vehicles in the process.
The street is on fire. Are those tanks? Russian tanks? Yeah, holy shit.
Just over there are at least 3 military vehicles that have been absolutely destroyed. The Ukrainian soldiers told us that they belong to the Russians who tried to come down this road this morning when they were met with a fierce resistance from the Ukrainian military here. These 2 vehicles here belong to the Ukrainians, and they're blocking the road because, as you can see, behind them, it's a straight shot to the heart of Kyiv.
О другій ночі було чути гради. Цей дом, отак от весь ходив. Він десь оцей перший десь йшов кілометрів в час 70 до 80. Бистро, щоб туди проскочити. Ну, хлопці не дали йому проскочити, відкрили одразу огонь.
So, are you optimistic that the Ukrainians can stop the Russian advance?
Можу. Даю на 90% то, що ми їх отут всіх лишимо, якщо будуть йти. Всіх отут там.
All volunteer biochemist decided to join the Territorial Defense Force, an all-volunteer group within the Ukrainian military.
Russians have enslaved this land since, I don't know, at least 16th century. They've made their best to suppress our language, to suppress our culture, to prohibit printing books in Ukrainian. And now they want to overthrow our state. Like, what other choice do we have? It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
Ukrainians
Anyway.
suffered a lot of casualties so far. Aren't you afraid that you might be one of them?
They're hitting buildings where civilians are living. So we're in danger everywhere. And the only option that we have left is to fight back and take as much of these bastards to hell as we
People are just casually just walking with shotguns and rifles.
Ты откуда? Я вообще родился в Донецке.
Приписка Донецьк, голову нагнув.
The volunteer groups are setting up checkpoints all across the city. We're here at this checkpoint, and these territorial
Look at what
defense
happening,
forces
guys.
are suspecting that someone might be over there. They're
What
taking up
is
position.
going on?
It gives you a sign of just how tense things are in Kyiv at the moment. What happened there exactly?
Подозрительні люди, і ми їх перевірили. Якщо підозріло щось знаходимо, ми їх затримуємо і забираємо для того, щоб перевірити, хто вони, що вони і для чого вони сюди прийшли. Тому що дуже багато
Suspicious people, they say. They're checking suspicious
Mr.
people.
Kirichenko is in charge of this checkpoint in the Vishneva neighborhood in western Kyiv.
The people they're looking sus to them.
Тут знаходяться звичайні люди, які прийшли на допомогу військовим. Вони зробили коктейль Молотова. Вони прийшли, взяли свою зброю. Що у кого було?
Are you worried that Russian forces are going to make it here to the center of Kyiv?
Вони вже прийшли. Вони вже вбивають наших людей. Вони вбивають наших дітей, жінок, матерів. І вони вже дуже близько. Десь приблизно кілометрів 10 від цього стоїть вражеська техніка. Близько 400 єдиниць бронетехніки, танків і ракет.
Do you think that you and civilian volunteers and others are going to be capable of stopping them?
Ми в цьому впевнені. І ми їх переможемо, навіть якщо ми помремо і ворог буде розбитий. Я в цьому впевнений на 300%. Тому перемога буде за нами.
But it's unclear how long the Ukrainian defenses can hold. 40-mile column of Russian tanks is heading directly for Kyiv.
40 mile long.
People in the
That's
city
horrendous.
are bracing themselves for a full-scale Russian attack. Where have you been staying since we last saw you a few days ago?
В метро так и оставались, мы никуда не выходили. Тяжеловато, морально хочется на воздух и очень холодно. Мы держимся, выхода нет, там более безопасно, чем дома.
What do you think is going to happen here?
Что все закончится, но такие прогнозы, что Путин не остановится. Назад дороги уже нет. Хочется надеяться на лучшее. Я надеюсь, что мы победим вместе этого злого, ужасного человека-убийцу.
Okay, here they come in the western Ukraine, and they are close to escape from Ukraine.
Much more peaceful. I mean,
Basically.
like 1,000 miles away from the war, in a sense we are. Little villages in the pretty mountains of the Carpathian region. Well, we made it on the Refugee Express. The cats, the dogs, the babies, the children, the mums, the dads, the babushkas, the jedushkas, Johnny, me. We've made it. Wow. You travel in style when you try and escape Ukraine. Check this out, a real Soviet electrichka. Well, although we've not crossed the border into Hungary yet, it already feels like we're there. This part of Ukraine was taken from Hungary by the Soviet Union. And the houses that we're passing, the villages, the people, the language here in Ukraine and this part of Ukraine is Hungarian. The signposts are all written in Hungarian. It shows you just how varied Ukraine is. Wow, look at it. So So we've had a change of plan. We've come to the town of Chop, on the border with Hungary. Wow, check it out.
The queue to the border
to buy a ticket
is long.
across the border on the train, and then after we bought the ticket, we queue up. Well, later on today at the exit gate, basically here, and yeah, cross into Hungary. Fingers crossed. And these are all the refugees that are leaving Ukraine, going to Hungary. Look, how many people are here? A lot of people.
You realize you are also a refugee now, right?
I'm a refugee, yeah, I'm officially a refugee. Going back to, well, I'm going back to a comfortable life in Prague, so I can't complain too much. But, I don't know what's happening to some of the other people that are leaving everything behind.
Ми можемо виїхати, мене випустять за кордон, якщо я з дитиною без матері, бо мати в Харкові.
Одну до Венгрии, пожалуйста, один билет. Паспорт вам нужен? Спасибо. Wow. Got our ticket to Hungary.
Залезли, сука, как всегда, как тараканы ёбаные.
They're swearing in the crowd.
There are like fights breaking out down the front at the front of the queue, people trying to get in, people desperate to leave Ukraine basically. Hundreds of people now in this hall just filling up in this queue to get out of here. They've opened the doors again. Let's see if we get in. Wow, it's going to be a struggle.
And I think they're crossing into Hungary. They planned to escape to Romania, I guess. I heard that from him, but yeah, look at this.